Hi guys, welcome back to Karamia's Corner. I'm back with part 2 of our Dollar Tree Junk Journal Challenge. Last time I showed you how to make a journal cover and we decorated this one together. We also did some tea dyeing. So if you've missed that video, I'll have it in the playlist at the end. Today we're going to be putting our signatures together and picking out our pages. So aside from our tea dyed paper, I'm going to be showing you other options that you can throw in the mix. This is a pretty thick journal cover, so that means that we can put more than one signature. So I'm thinking we'll do 2. We'll start off with that, and then later on we are going to create a belly band for our notebook insert that I showed you last time. I have it somewhere here and I'll show you in just a few, but first let me go ahead and show you our paper options. Here are some of the papers that we will be picking from. We have our legal pad. Love the yellow. It's already lined. Adds wonderful color in the mix. And they're all different sizes. And again, that's what I love so much about junk journaling. They don't have to be uniform. Although you have a choice. If you would like to have uniform pages, then you can use the same kind or cut these to size to the same height of your, for example, sketchpad paper. So sketchpad paper, we have the yellow envelope here. For this one, I want to use it as a cover for the signature, so I'll probably use this for one and have a pocket on the side. We have our scribbly pad paper, different color. It's a little more grayish in color. And then we have these file folders, which will make, again, another great cover for our journal. I might cover it with some gift wrapping paper from Dollar Tree. I think I have a floral one, and I'll cut it to size, and whatever I have left over we'll be using for our junk journal floating cards. We have our paper bags and our doilies. The doilies are fun to just add as little embellishments. You can also use it as a page, but usually it's more for embellishing. Now, the other items that we will be picking from are items that you probably already have at home, and they're free. So one is your local little guide phone book. And so these are fun because they have ads and you can pick the page you want. So I'm going to pick from here. And then we have some of these brochures that I picked up from the library, and they are free, so maybe if I find some cool images, this will be fun to add to our signature. In junk mail, Trader Joe's will occasionally send us these flyers. We also have our windowed envelope from junk mail. So this size is very big and large, and so you can fold it. It looks like I did some stenciling there, but that's okay because we are still going to decorate these and use them. And then we have some Happy Mail gifts. Like this one was gifted to me by my friend Joanne. So I love maps, and they have so much color and they're perfect for creating collages for our journal cards. So I may use this for some of the pages. And my friend my crafty friend BB had gifted me this gorgeous page here, and I just love it. I love the images of Claude Monet's garden. Since we're making a floral journal, I thought these would be amazing. It'll be a little hard to pick which image to save here on the back just because they're so pretty. So I make this image and put it on the cover of one of the signatures and make the other one for another cover, a focal point kind of art image. So we have that, and then we have the books from Dollar Tree. So I have this one. It has some really fun, colorful pages. So you can use these as well as pages for our journal. I have my kids' old coloring books that they don't use or never colored, so you can use that as well. And then we also have this really large coloring pad again that the kids have outgrown, but I can definitely use for my junk journals. So we have those, and then I also picked out you know, you can have your old magazine. So I picked out a few of these pages that I thought would fit the vintage look for our floral journal. So you see the design, the furniture has flowers and it has that vintage look to it. Here's the back. And then I also picked out a couple of these flower pages of wildflowers from one of my old books. So now I'm going to put the pages together and I'll show you what I have so far. And then we are going to divvy them up into 2 separate signatures. And I'm going to show you how to bind them using a no sewing technique, because we want it to be beginner friendly. Also, this will be something that everyone can make. So I wanted to show you something that was fun and easy at the same time. So let me just gather up our pages and we shall start putting our signatures together. Real quickly, guys, just wanted to show you what I'm currently doing. So I've cut my folder to size. I have a little bit of excess here that we can use for our flips or journal cards. And this is a gift wrapping paper I was telling you about. Look at this floral print, very vintage looking. So this is the one side. I'm going to be stitching this and gluing it on top of our folder. And on the flip side, I've already adhered our liner that we got, the marble looking liner, the same one we used for our cover. So I'm going to be using that. That'll be the interior of the signature. For the yellow envelope, we will decorate that next, but for now I've just folded it in half. So I'm going to go ahead, glue this on and stitch it. If you don't have a sewing machine, don't worry. All you have to do is glue your paper on top of your cardboard base and that will be the cover. And this one really works so well because this already has the adhesive, and I know they had several designs to choose from, so that comes really handy. So I'll be right back. Here are our 2 journal covers. One that I've used some gift wrapping paper and stitched it. Inside it has the kitchen lining paper, and the second signature will have the yellow envelope with a side pocket. So now I'm going to show you all our pages. I've gathered them up, show you different ways on how to fold them. And this is something I get asked frequently. How do we fold our pages, in what orientation? For pages with lines, usually you would fold it in the same side as your lines. So you would fold across and long. And I would trim this to the size and I can still use the bottom half. So I'm just going to fold my yellow legal pad. You can actually even fold this in half and have another size available. So you'll have 2 sizes of paper, and I'll cut that. And then we have more here. So I love these because because they're lined. And we're going to mix match them with all our paper. I'm just folding in bulk. Here is a nice paper bag from the library, and I thought this would be fun to add to. Paper bags add so much fun texture and has that organic look to it. So look at how nice that'll look inside our signature. We have our tea-dyed paper. Same thing, you can fold it across this way. For these, I usually like to fold them across. If I have a traveler's notebook, then I would fold it this way, but why not? Let's do it for this journal as well, and I'll trim to size. But there are different ways to fold it. You can fold it over where the print is lighter. Then you have the darker here, and then so on. And then sometimes I'll do a fold like this where it's shorter on this end but longer on the other. And it works really well because when you have another page that's plain, this adds more, some interest to your page. Or like if we have something more colorful, for example, a little darker like this one. This is really nice. That's a nice image there. So I'd fold it over this way. And if we had that shorter page on top of that blue, look at how nice the color contrast would be. So I'm going to keep folding, and then we will pick the pages that will go in signature number 1. And I wouldn't be too worried if you did have some tears, especially if you're doing vintage. This adds, you know, more character to your pages and makes it really look like it came from a different time and that it aged naturally. So here's that beautiful paper we dyed yesterday or the other time. These are the lighter ones that I did not put the doily on top. So you can see that the tea color is a little bit lighter. We had like a square little paperweight that I put on top to make that imprint. And it looks pretty plain here, but I love the texture of the paper. Look at this one. I may save a few of these for other journals. Let's see. This one's really grungy. I'll save that for another one as well. This is really dark. And then we have this large image here. So maybe I'll fold this long and then trim it. And we have our book pages. Now here's one where if you did fold it in half, all you have are the stems and the flowers on this side. So I would fold it vertically like this. I may do another rough tear here so that would add more fun, a fun look on our pages. So that's one. Actually, let's do that now. Let me see how we would do that. I'll put this aside for that idea. And then we have this where you can do a fold like this is fine. Look at that beautiful yellow. It's a yellow iris. I've never seen one in person. I usually see purple ones. And then we have the magazine page, and this one is any orientation. You can go this way if you'd like to see more text. So I'm going to go this way anyway. I still see the flowers. And then I will clean this up a little bit and just trim that more nicely there. And then we have this one. Fold it the same way. We have these two pages, and I may use this for one of our journal cards. So I'm going to put this aside for our embellishments, and I will use this other one. Love the bright colors on this one. Bright, and then you have the black and white, which works very well. And there's the pink, so we have that. And then we have our telephone or yellow pages. And so I found the gardener's page, and I think there was one for flowers. Here it is, for flowers. So this will be fun to add. Another way to fold your pages is to fold it at an angle so that when we mix it up with the pages, they look a little offset. And again, it just adds more fun to your paper. I will trim this down just because I know that's not going to fit in our journal. So we have this one here. So it kind of look like this. But if that was sticking out, then I would just fold it down like that. And we'll make those adjustments as we go. So we have that. We have this one. Maybe I'll fold this one just regular. Here's another wonderful page from one of those crafty DIY books that we got from DT. I probably will just save this for one of our journal cards. We have this beautiful beaded project. I think that will go well with this. I just like the colors. Look at that. And then we have this one. Love the red on this one too. And you can also reverse and show, you know, whichever side you would like. And then we have the larger coloring sheets, and you can do a tri-fold on this, kind of a accordion fold or a zigzag fold. So I flip it over. So it's something like this. And then we have our regular scribble pages. Fold that. And then sometimes what I do with some of these longer pages, I will fold in half, and then I will fold about 2 inches in to create a little flip out like this, so you can attach a card or something there. And then for this side, I leave it long, or you can do the same and just fold it in. Then we have our windowed envelope, and I usually fold it making sure that my full window is showing. And for this one, we're still going to be decorating that as well. And now let me put these pages together and assign them in a bunch. So what I do is find my cover first. I want to pick an image that the moment you open it brings you in. So I would say I would go with this yellow iris. And since we have text, maybe we can put some yellow paper, would be nice for writing. Something like this. Then we would interchange and put some tea-dyed paper. Maybe put some of that coloring paper. And again, I am going to trim this to size. So I think I like this one. Let's get more of our tea-dyed paper. Some of our vintage magazine pages here. Like this one. You can do more than one, like we have this. I like those black and white colors, so I may mix this one here. So now I'm coming to the center of my signature. I tend to put my thicker paper at the center just because I know it will hold better and it'll be sturdier. And I still want to add this, so maybe somewhere in here. And this is pretty thick. My camera died on me, guys. I'm so sorry about that. So I had to recharge the battery. But anyway, I am back. I have put our 2 signatures, the pages, and cut them to size. So this is what it looks like. The cover is really plain at the moment, but we have lots of fun pages in there. Right now, I'm going to show you our signature number 1. We are going to do a no-sew technique where you punch a hole on your pages and the cover, and you bind it. You can use string, baker's twine if you would like. In this case, I wanted to use some of these beautiful tulle trims from Dollar Tree. So I'm thinking for this one here, I think I want to use the pink just because it reminds me of beautiful flowers, and we will get a pretty large length here. Maybe this might be enough. So I'm going to cut that, And then I'm gonna trim it again and make it, because the ribbon is too wide, so I'm gonna have to make it just a little bit thinner. And I'm just folding it over so I can cut our, let's see, how do we want it? How thick? Maybe we'll try this. Hopefully this is long enough. It should be. And then I have my little tool here, my crocodile. I'm gonna punch in. Coming across a problem here because our puncher here won't go further down. So that might be a problem. I'm gonna have to probably stitch this. Alright guys, I've pulled some of this doodle paper, and what I'm doing is creating a template for our 3-hole punch. You fold it over this way and one more like this, and then when you open it up I would lay it down long, and then we will mark. So I put some marks on our first, middle, and our top, middle, and bottom, so it's 3 punch hole. And then I'm gonna clip that on our signature here. I have not personally done a sewing on camera, so I don't know how this is gonna turn out, so we'll just try it out and see if this will work. Alright guys, attempted to sew on camera and completely failed. So I went ahead and did it off camera. I will link videos of some of my favorite crafters or journal makers that have shown you how to do a 3 pamphlet hole journaling tutorial. So if you'd like to see that, I will definitely link it down below. So let me take this off, and then let's see how our pages look like in our signature. Let's just pull this out. Now, in terms of measurement, as you can see here, our journal signature cover is a little bit larger. So ideally, you would probably want to have it a little bit 1/2 inch out from your journal pages. But that's fine because I'm going to be adding some trim, and that might, you know, extend out, so that is completely okay. So once I've had it stitched, what I'll do next is just fold the pages down and press on it, so that way we know that it is it will kind of fold and open in place as is. So I would do it with each page like that. Okay, so we are going to be decorating here as well and the front of our cover. And you're probably asking right now, why didn't we sew it on the actual journal cover? So for this particular junk journal, I am going to be using a traveler's notebook style technique where we use elastics, and then we're going to be sliding in our journals that way, so that it gives you a chance to take out the signatures and add as you go as well. So initially we were trying to do a no-sew journal, so that way you could you didn't have to stitch. But I will show you another technique or way to do it without having to punch a hole on your pages. They call it the flow book. So basically you would use a ribbon or a seam binding or string, and you would just have all your paper like this. You would use your ribbon and just tie it. Just notice this trim, the glitter is just all over the place. So if you don't mind glitter, then buy it, but if not, I would not recommend you buy that trim. My gosh, it's all over the place. So here is one way to bind it without sewing. And then you have all your pages in here. And the beauty of having a flowbook style signature is that you can pull the sheet out, you can add more in. So for example, if you were painting and you wanted to take this out of your signature, then you would paint or do some artwork on that, and then you could reinsert it and go back to the area of where you had it last, and no problem. Or you didn't want the page, you could just take it out. So this is our second signature. We have our two signatures ready. We are now going to decorate the cover. So I have this beautiful tea-dyed paper, and I thought this would make a great backdrop. We have the florals on the back, and it has that vintage style to it. So I'm going to go ahead and put that on top of here. And then for our focal point, I picked this beautiful painting that was part of an art page that BB had gifted to me, and I thought that would look great on there. So we will do that and then decorate the other one as well. Now I'm gonna have to do our next video. We'll be working on ephemera, and again we're gonna push back our belly band for our notebook insert because I am out of time, and so I'm just gonna finish up quickly decorating our cover signature here. I may be adding more embellishments as we go, but for now this is the plan. Love that. And wrinkling here, not a problem. I like that. And then we're going to put this right at the center. So I put some double-side tape. You can definitely use your favorite glue. And then I'm going to see what we can put on top of our yellow signature, envelope signature. So right about here. That looks pretty. Okay, so that is our cover. Here is the back side. I have a little binder clip holding it close for now just because, you know, when I don't know for other journal makers, but the first time you stitch your pages in, they tend to bulk for me. So I'll do that or let it sit, and I actually put a weight on it. So for this one, let's see, we have this beautiful image, and I am thinking maybe we can add this tag underneath. And why not add a little bit more of that, maybe this one, or no, where was that other sheet? Maybe this one, but I'll do it this way. Oh, that's upside down, hold on. Something like that, we'll compose it. Okay, so I'm gonna cut this out again and again. I'm going to do my rough tear technique. You can use your scissors, but I love this just to create some nice edges to your image. And then I'm going to ink it. And we'll probably just create a layer. Let me just measure cover here. And we have our little tool to create that deckled edge on your page. I got this from Amazon. I don't know if they have it. I know they have the Reese and We Are Memory Keeper brand, I think, available now. Let's see. I want to show just a little bit of the yellow. So we cut there. See how that looks. And again, I love that uneven edge. No, not perfect at all. I love that. And then let's just see how we're going to be placing our images here. Maybe something like that. That might work. Do that. So now I'm going to lay this on top. I found another book page that I have some scraps from. I thought I would use this in the background again just to create some depth and contrast for our beautiful image here of this gorgeous painting. Maybe I'll go like this. And then we're going to add our tag down here, just like so. So here are our two journal signatures for our garden or our flower journal. I am excited to work on the ephemera next time, and also the belly band that we haven't had a chance to make yet because I'm out of time. But here it is, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this little junk journal with me. Thanks again for watching Caramia's Corner. See you next time. Bye.